Enemy down. Grappling. All enemy shield. Enemy taken down. Enemy shield.
Oh! Don't. What is going on, guys? Today's video is going to be a little different. We're going to be doing a Pathfinder grapple guide. A lot of people have been asking me about this, and a lot of people have also seen my short where I showed people how to grapple on controller. But today I'm going to be showing you how to grapple on NoobKing. I mean, the same thing applies to controller. It's very easy transfer over. You really just have to be like mindful of the actions. Like, a lot of people think movement differs, but movement just differs at like a small caliber, which obviously makes for better movement on NoobKing, but controller still has the same movement. But we're just going to start with something basic, talking about kind of what this circle means in the middle of the screen. For a lot of you guys that don't understand, this circle is always going to be highlighted blue, well, at least for me, because I'm using a colorblind setting. But basically, if you see this go yellow, boom, you can tell I can't reach it. But as it gets closer, that is the maximum distance that I can get with my grapple, which you don't always have to hit. Like, this is obviously fine. There's different graps, which we'll get to later. But for the sake of this one, we're going to teach you guys like the Fat Grap, as I like to call it. It is the maximum distance that you can hit with your grapple going outward and making sure that you jump at the same time. So what I like to do is I like to pull back on the mouse as I hit the grapple, and then I also jump, and then I use my scroll wheel for tap strafing. So you can see my scroll wheel is binded down for jump and forward is W. So that's kind of how you're going to get that little extra bounce at the end. But here we go for the first grap. So the max grap, you're going to pull back as you grapple. I have my grapple set to here, which is my Q, which is my mouse 5. I also have my mouse 4 set to crouch. I don't know why. It's just kind of like transferred over. Again, I'm brand new to NoobKing, so these were kind of like the way that I could get that rhythmic routine as I switch from controller to NoobKing. But okay, so we're gonna hit the grap, boom, you're gonna pull it back, and I use my mouse scroll wheel to jump. So you can see that's kind of going to be what the normal grapple looks like, but a lot of people don't know. It's all about timing. So like hitting the space bar as you hit the grap at the exact same time is what's going to cause you to get that extra bounce. Now, if you hit that distance, max distance here, and you just grapple, you see it really just pulls you, and then you have a 10-second timer. But what we're aiming for, again, with the Fat Grap, is to basically get that bounce out of it. So you're gonna grapple and jump at the exact same time, and you can see obviously how much higher you can get, and I bounced at the end with my scroll wheel. So these things all vary too. Like, there's gonna be situations where you need to hit a fat grapple to get out. You need to like grapple up at something so you can get out. I mean, the list goes on how many different variations and how many different causes that you're going to use this for. But you could see the variation of grappling and hitting the spacebar again, boom, and you can see it's a very big grapple, which is why I call it the Fat Grap. So we're going to go on to the next one, which I call like the short grap. I use this for a lot of different close range fighting. What I like to do is basically I'll be here in this distance, and usually people are only used to fighting in like this one dimension. Maybe you jump a little bit, you know, but this is basically the only dimension that you're going to be fighting in. Now, when I use Pathfinder and I'm fighting here, I like to go above them and change and make them have to aim up, because basically any fight that you get into, you want your opponent to be reacting to your movement and not the opposite way. Like, you don't want to be sitting there trying to track them and worry about what they're doing. You want them to worry about what you're doing. So what I like to do when I'm fighting here is boom, I'll jump up and just kind of get like a nice change of direction. And yes, I did do this on controller. Yes, it is the same thing on controller. You just hit the small little grapple, boom, you're up, and you can fight. And you don't even have to go forward when you do it. You can literally just use it to pull up and get above their heads. So that's the short grapple. Again, it's gonna look like this, boom. And the way you continue to do that like climbing motion to make sure you don't go forward, you just pull back on the mouse or push S to go backwards. So again, we're gonna jump grab and push S to go backwards while I'm grappling at the same time. So now we have things like the super jump. Super jumping on controller, it's basically whatever you use to interact. As you can see, my interaction is E. On Xbox controller it was X, and I didn't play PlayStation controllers. So basically when you super jump, if you're like me and you're like most people on M&K right now, you probably have this binded to move forward and you have this binded to jump. So basically all you literally have to do is just you push E and you scroll wheel down. So E and scroll wheel down. So again, to super jump, again, it's just, you're gonna push E, scroll wheel down, super simple. And you can see Apex is going haywire, but what's new, right? Am I right? But anyways, again, on controller, it's pretty easy to, what I would do is I would have, if I was using paddles, my top paddle is set to A. If I was using just the regular controller, for me, it would just be XAA, and I would literally get the same result, like at least like 9.9 times out of 10, you know? So very fluid. So now we're going to talk about the grappling while tap strafing. I feel that a lot of people don't implement this enough, and it's fairly easy to do. So basically what you do is you can grapple at any distance for the most part. I like to hit like the big graps, but what the motion's going to look like is you're going to, just like a tap strafe, you're going to boom, like that's a tap strafe, right? So tap strafing left, or you can, you know, tap strafe right, whatever direction you want to go. But when you hit the ground, that's like the most important, right? Because it's all about timing. So you're gonna hit the ground, you're gonna jump and tap strafe at the same time. So it's like you go forward, like, which is weird, right? So you're gonna go forward off the tap strafe, boom, and then you're gonna bounce after the fact. So, or I'm sorry, you're gonna bounce and then you're gonna tap strafe. So it's gonna look like this. You're gonna go, boom, bounce, tap strafe. So you can see it's very useful, especially when you start like trying to get around corners and things like that. But sometimes I have to do the motion to tell you guys how to do it a little bit better so I don't get it backwards. So we're gonna go again. So it's basically just like you're hopping and then you tap strafe, and that's all you're looking to do. And this motion, it seems simple, but to implement this while you're actually playing at like a high caliber game or someone's chasing you, and you just hit like this grapple and you're going crazy, and then boom, you know, and you tap strafe and you're out of line of sight, out of where they can shoot you. And honestly, this thing saves me so much. And again, it is one of the benefits to being on M&K, but also you can tap strafe on controller with Steam settings on PC. And then I know that there's something called like, I don't know the exact name of it, but you can tap strafe like a certain like 90-degree angle on Xbox. I've seen some people do it. So, but yeah, I just want to make this short little guide. I hope you guys like it. I might go a little bit more in depth, maybe throw up like a mouse cam or something, a mouse overlay, or even do this with controller again if you guys would like to see a controller one. But if you guys liked this, leave a comment on what you thought of it, how it could help you, what I need to do better to make you guys understand better, and I'll try my best to do so. But as always, I'm Noob. Love you guys. Catch you guys later. Peace.